Hello again. Oh my god, I need to get a good intro. I don't know what to say when it's starting to record, but deep breath. Just breathe. Okay. Hello guys. This is Bwin's talking podcast, I guess. I wanted channel or whatever the name of the podcast is yet. But I was editing the first, the episode 0 just now, and then I was like, well, it's just 5 minutes. My intention for podcast is that my preferable length of podcast is 1 hour to 2 hours. It is really hard, guys, to just do that, to just talk to myself for an hour. But that's my goal, that's why I'm looking for a co-host, because I want a long podcast, because I feel like it's a quality deep conversation that that hello, now I am back, real back. So the memory card on the camera just died, and I have some vlog from Chicago that I haven't edited, so it's still in the SD card. So I ran out to buy a new one basically, and now my camera is about to die. I think it had I don't even know how many percent, but we're gonna keep it rolling because I finished shit. I'm sorry. I finish things and I don't leave thing halfway. I just can't. It's bother me. Okay. So let's get into the topic. I think this video, while it was cut, I'm gonna put an intro. So let me know what you think of the intro. I hope it's good. Since I don't really have the name yet, it's gonna be hard thinking of the intro, but I hope we get through that. Also let me know if I speak too fast or I don't speak very clearly, because again, English is not my first language, but I'm trying, okay? So, the story of today is going to be why I refuse to leave the country. I know it's a bit a headlining thing. It's not that dramatic, honestly. But I think it's something that it's bring me here today, except for the fact that I'm lonely. Except for the fact that I'm lonely and I just wanted to talk to someone, but also this. So a little bit background is that I live in Thailand. I was born and raised here in Thailand. I think I told you this before. I swear it's not my whole identity. It's just important for the background, okay? Geography, demographic information. Anyways, so we are considered a third world country, developing country. I think that's what it is. I don't know if this year we developed anything. I don't think we are, to be honest, because there's a lot of hidden problems and even showing problems in Thailand. And a lot of people, especially my generation or a little bit older, have a dream to leave the country, to go study abroad, or even make a career outside of Thailand, especially in the US. You have a lot of Asian Americans, even second or third generation nowadays, this year is and I do have some cousins or friends who now living abroad, or the family moved there, or they even married someone who is foreign or American. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but yeah. And it's a question that I have been asking myself, and I have been asked so many times before, why haven't I leave the country? Or even that, I refuse to even leave my hometown to be in the big city. And I think the answer is simply as that I'm comfortable and it's where I will thrive. It's where I like to live. It's where I I like, But I think the question is actually like first the rooted at like why people ask me that is rooted very deeply in something else, and like my reason for not leaving, I also think it's like a little bit deeper than just like I'm comfortable and I don't want to leave. So let's get into it, to like why so many people ask me. First, I speak well English. I think that's one of the main reasons why people think I should or like I must be moving abroad, because you can speak the language. What's stopping you? And second, I have studied or like technically live abroad before. Both of those time were in the United States. I think I really like United States, just because I like the weather. The people is very welcoming, and I bond like for the both time that I went, I had a good time. Um, yeah, and I think it's not too crazy, especially where I was there. Like it was not super busy or like super like crowded, but it's also like have something to do, have some like activities if I wanted to do like outside, right? Like for example, like in Thailand, I don't really see like a lot of activities that you can do, especially if you're single. You can't really go clubbing. People like to go like cafe hopping these days, to like take pictures and post on Instagrams, which I think is really cute. But I would like to do those things with our friends or like friends. So yeah. Um, Wait, what was I saying? I do this a lot. Like I just keep going, and I just forgot my point. Oh, okay. I live in the United States twice. So first, it was when I was 15. I did like an exchange program for like a year. I live in Kansas, a state of sunflower and tornadoes. I had a really great time. I still like best friend with my friend that I made. I actually just visited them like 2 months ago, but actually a month ago. I had a really fun time. If you want to know more about that stories, like let me know. And I did work and travel program last year. Last year, that time I went to California. Uh, it's a town called San Simeon. It's like 2 hours from LA and 2 hours to San Francisco. So like in between Los Angeles and San Francisco. Both time I did not pick the states. Like I just let fate kind of give in and picked it for me. So yeah. So first, okay. So come back to the main topic, is that why people ask me a lot. First, it's because I'm living in the third world country and probably I can go there. Second, I speak the language. Third, I've been there already and I loved it. Um, and I think that's it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it makes sense, but like it's all coming together. Oh, I remember now. And fourth, I went to international school here in Thailand. Maybe that's why I like speak good English. Maybe that's one of the reasons. So it can be grouped together. Okay, whatever. Oh no, I'm not doing good. But yeah, so people from Thailand, whether it's like my auntie, my grandma, my friends, or like people who I don't even know, ask me like all the time, like when are you going to go? Like, are you going to do like master degree? Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, why don't you just leave this hometown already? Like, and by the way, I graduated university, which was in Bangkok, for 4 years. Right, I went there, and it's like our capital city. But now I moved back here to my hometown, which is it's still like kind of a busy town, I would say. Like but it's not like a capital, like a big city like that. So I don't know. For an Asian community, that's a little bit disappointing, I would say. Like, excuse me, that's like kind of moving backwards, I feel like. A lot of people might just say that I failed, so I came crawling back to my shelf. Whatever, dude. Okay, coming back. Okay, so first, Thai people asked me, and like even Americans people, like both in California and Kansas, they both have asked me that like why wouldn't you stay? Like, do you want to come and stay with us? Or like, no, like they didn't invite me like that, but like they were like, yeah, we would love for you to stay and be friends, you know, things like that. And I was like, no, not really. I love my country. Like, I don't really want to move like that. Yeah. So, so now to like the second part of this whole topic is that why I refuse to do that, refuse to go to the big city and refuse to go abroad. Um, Honestly, I am one of those person who like when I was young, I did want to go abroad, especially after that I went to the United States and I came back. I got my own culture shock. Like United States, which is so like fitting to me. Like that's how I feel personally though, and though my mom agrees. So like I think the obvious one is the communication style. I think there was like this one book called like communication. Anyways, like they talk about like how people in different countries have like different way they like to communicate. They demonstrate that into like a line. So if there's like one line, like there's like very straight communication, like I'm hungry, I want to go A, I want B, you know. And I think that's me personally. I might have like a little bit like, yeah, if that's okay, I would like that. Like, you know, a little bit of like, and then straight. I used to be even like super straight when I was young, but I learned the context of the culture when I'm like got older. But basically, Thai people, they can be straight, but what polite or like what appropriate to do is to be like this, you know? And even a lot of people, or like a lot of my friends, or like ex friends, or even ex relationships, they were super indirect. They won't even say what they want, and they expect me to empathize. And no hate to them at all. It's just like a social norm or like a culture that they were born with. But it's just not what I comfortable with. So I had a lot of trouble before I went to United States, and like after I went, it was like, oh my gosh, you hate me? Thanks for telling me, dude. Like, yeah, let's move on. Like, what are we doing? Like, I love that. I love that you tell me that you hate me to my face. It's kind of weird, I know, but like, it is what it is, and I just love it, and I just feel super belonged. I don't really have to think 1,000 times before I speak or do anything, because if you don't like it, in America, people would just tell you. If I was doing something wrong, you would just tell me, you know. For in Thailand, I have to think, I have to be like, excuse, excuse me. It's just not me. And again, no hate to the culture. It's a beautiful culture, but it's just not who I am. And I notice this a lot with like people nowadays where we like exposed to more culture than our own. Sometimes we just found the culture that suits our pace more than us. Like for example, like maybe Japan people, they are very fast and efficient culture. Maybe some of them like to do like slow and like nice way. I'm not saying at all that's true. It's just like an example and probably stereotypical type that I have, but I think it happens a lot. So yeah, that's why I did wanted to go to America, because I think my beliefs and social norms and like the way I am, it just suits there much more. But my second time, I did not want to go there, even though I love California. It's a cut three. My camera died, but now I have charged it and ready to roll. I was saying that even though I loved California, it's a beautiful state, beautiful scenery, beautiful weather, and my favorite part is that it's the sunset at like 8 or 9 at the cliff with the beach and walkable. Like, I loved it. I know it's not really like a typical California because California is super big, but again, let me know if you wanted to know more about my experience in California. Um so lastly, I'm going to end this podcast soon because I don't know. Why does everything have to have a reason, you know? Something just happened and I just want it to be like that. So what? So now, when people in California asked me if I wanted to move there, so one day, I was like, yeah, maybe for work I will, but just like for love or like for fun or just like for no reason, I don't want to. And I have my reasons. So the first reason being that I cannot do like the border thing, like the migrant, like refugees, or like I again, like, no hate to the people who does, like, I know your point, like whatever you do, like, solid, valid, but I just cannot do it. I have anxiety. Like, it's not what I'm gonna be doing, like, at all. Like, if I have to like be scared every day that like I'm gonna be sent home or like, I'm gonna be blacklisted, I'm gonna be like that, and like I feel like I'm betraying my own country, and I'm committing a crime, like I just cannot, like, it's just too much for me. So if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be like legal. Like, if I get a really great job offer, of course I move there. And like the second reason is that I'm not gonna go study there, not now at least, because I don't have any funding. Maybe in a couple of years where like I kind of saved up and I, have the ability to, I might do it, because I love studying in California. It's a great school, and you have a really good discussion situation going on. Like, I would love to experience that again, but now I just don't have the fun to do it yet. And I also wanted to live like Americans, like, like, or anywhere else, like if I'm gonna go anywhere, I want to live like local. I don't want to live like sharing one tiny apartment with 10 other people, or like don't have a car, have to walk everywhere. Like, I want to have a normal life with a good job and good well care, good standard of living, and have access to good food and water. Like, that's all I want. And if I know it's going to be like that when I'm like kind of get comfortable and get a job. Excuse me, I'm super gassy today because I had some dumb for lunch. But anyways, like, I want to have like a car. I want to have my own bedroom and bathroom. I just say that thing together. But yeah, I want to be able to have a relationship. I don't want to. Yeah, I just want that life. And if like moving abroad, I have to struggle a little bit in the first couple of years. Like, I would have to walk, use public transportation. Actually, like, I have no problem with public transportation, but it's always good to have a choice, like, in case you have to work late, and sometimes like you feel scared of using a public transportation at night. At least if like I'm from here in Thailand, I have a choice. I can call my friend on the way home. I mean, I can do that back home too, but like I can call someone, be like, hey, like, can you come pick me up? Or like I can drive my own car if that day I know I have to be working late. That's the life of like security I want and everyone deserve. And sometimes like when you move abroad illegally, or maybe like sometimes like legally when you study abroad, you lose that sense of security sometimes, especially as a like wait, I have an idea and then what was I gonna say, and then like the other another idea came in mind in the same scenario, so like now it's mixing. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, like that's the sense of security I realize as I'm now like an adult that I want. So yeah, and lastly, I love Thailand. I love Thai food. I love people in Thailand, even though we have different type of communication, even though we have different opinion, different way of thinking, different way of living. I'm not gonna lie, I have met and encountered a lot of Thai Karen. It's worse than Karen here. I'm again, like if you want to know more about this, like I can go on and on about like the norm and the people in Thailand, why it's kind of a little bit frustrating and why people move so much. But yeah, to all of it all, I grew up here, my family here, and I love my family. I have a really good relationship with them. Um, and I love some of our culture too that I want to cherish, and it would be really nice if I can be part of something bigger here. Like here, another thing is that like when I'm here in Thailand, I'm someone I can think of way to make an impact for this community, for the community that I'm living in. When I move to America, even if I get a good job with good pay, I will always thinking that like could I make an impact? Could I have changed someone's life by doing just my job and what I love? And that's actually my dream of life. Like it hurts my heart so much that going around and seeing people hurting or like struggling, and if I can do something about it, I would. That's why I choose to stay here back in my hometown, even though people would just be like, oh bro, you couldn't make it out there, huh? So you be back. I be back because I want to be back. I'm back because I do have a choice, but I choose to be here. And I'm proud to be here, and I really hope I make it because otherwise what they're saying is gonna be true. But I have a plan, and it's not just about yapping and doing this podcast. I'm doing something to further my career, hoping that it will be good. It's gonna be a tough ride, but it's a thing that I'm enjoying, and I'm excited to see where this goes. It was really good to get that on my chest. Thank you for listening to me, my friend. I love it. I'm getting emotional. Another fact about me is that I'm a very sensitive and emotional and expressive person. I don't know if you can tell like through the camera, but if you live with me, you know that I'm super emotional. I would cry to any movie. I'm very expressive and opinionated. I hope I'm saying that right. And yeah, I'm super sensitive. But I choose to expose myself online, so that would be great. See you guys in the next episode.